Alright, this is Dallas42 back for another installment of our 7 Days to Die playthrough. And it's dawn on day 3, and let's get to it. I got a zombie just outside my door here. I'm going to take care of that real quick. Got him. Another one over there. So, I've got a nasty infection. If you didn't see last episode, I've got a nasty infection that's probably going to kill me. And I've decided that I can't really do anything about that. There's no way I can get antibiotics quickly enough to stave that off. So I'm just going to let my health and my hydration run out. And once it does, then my hit points will start to drain, and I will shortly thereafter die. So what we're going to do on this playthrough is, first and foremost, we're going to wander around and try to just combat some zombies and gain some experience and grab some easy loot here and there where we can, like from these mailboxes, until I get really low on health and my hit points are starting to drain away. Then we'll run back to the house and die in the house. And by dying in the house, I will not have to run to go find my body. So that's what we're going to try to do here. And combat is compromised when you're really low on health, like I am right now, or not health, but yeah, health and hydration. Your combat becomes compromised when you're like that. So we're just going to do what we can. As you can see, just like my stamina doesn't work quite as efficiently as it did when I was healthy. But we'll do what we can here. Got him. And he dropped a loot bag. Excellent. Even the easiest zombie is a real fight when you're this low on health. Got him. It's in a loot bag. Armor Crusher. Sledgehammer power attacks bypass 50% of armor, reducing its effectiveness. Not really helpful for me. I'll read it anyway. Okay. Let's just continue to look around. Grab whatever easy loot is on the outside of buildings here. Zombie. Got him. Take 50% less damage from collapsing mines. That might be useful at some point. Okay, so we just built a bone knife last night, and this is the perfect thing for a knife, is when you're harvesting corpses, whether these rotten ones or like fresh animal kills, you'll gain more resources by using a knife on those corpses than you will with other types of tools. So, the game is called 7 Days to Die. And on day 7, something happens in this game called the Blood Moon. And it's something pretty epic that we need to be prepared for. And it's only day 3, so we got some time to think about it. But if you're just starting out on the game, you want to keep in mind that you got 7 days until the first Blood Moon. And once that happens, you better be prepared for it, otherwise it's going to be a bad day. So we'll get more into detail on how to prepare for that later, once we overcome this immediate problem that we're having with health situation. There's a zombie. Oh, I missed. Stamina's really a problem now. I could shoot her, but kind of a waste of ammo. Let's just kite her back over near my base in case I get hit or whatever. Got her. As you can see, even the easiest zombies are a bit of a challenge when you're unhealthy. It's a good rule for life in that. If there's a real-life zombie apocalypse, you don't want to be caught unhealthy when it starts. It's the nurse zombie. What you got for me, nurse zombie? Got her. I think my agility skills actually give me benefits to knives, so maybe I should be using this instead of the club. Ooh, a bookshelf. Electrical crafting. Not very useful for my build. Never know, though. Don't want to get too far away from home. Let's go off this way and see what we see. A bad opportunity to just scout things out. In today's video, also, like last time, we'll try to just play through this day and get to dawn on day 4. That's our goal for this video. I think the way the game is set up by default, a day of in-game time takes about an hour of real time. This particular part's not the most exciting because we're just kind of waiting for things to happen, but we can keep looking around for loot. Doesn't hurt to keep looking around for loot. Just don't want to get into inside of any POIs where you're going to be mobbed by multiple zombies at the same time, because if that happens, we're probably dead. And we don't want to die far from home. We want to die at home so we don't have to go chasing our body. Because even though we can respawn on our bed, we have to still go then and retrieve our loot from our corpse. So the closer we are to home when we die, the less we have to travel to go and get that loot back. So that's my thinking there. Yeah, with my health and water being as low as they are, you can see that my maximum stamina is severely diminished. Just over half of my normal total. So that's very limiting. Maybe there's some tree stumps out here. I can get some honey for later. I think I see some. Probably not going to get enough honey to help us now. We can get some for next time. See at least 3 or 4 of them here. Stamina's a problem. Stamina's a bit of a problem here. No honey in that one. I would have seen it in the bottom right if there was. Painfully slow when your stamina drains this fast. Trying to slowly build it back up again in case I get ambushed by a zombie or something. I'd have a little bit of stamina in reserve. Yeah, I'd say you only get a honey out of maybe 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10 of these in my experience. So even if we just devoted ourselves exclusively to hunting for honey at this point, we'd be hard-pressed to find enough to cure this severe infection that I've got going on. So you get an infection in the early days like that, yeah, it could be death for you. No honey in that one. I promise it'll get more exciting once we get on top of this health situation. Bear with me. The early days in this game can be a little tricky. But once you get past this hurdle, then things get a lot more fun. You might notice we're getting experience for this down in the bottom right. You get experience for doing all kinds of things in this game, not just killing zombies. So, building things, destroying things, you get XP for all kinds of stuff. Which is cool, because you can kind of play the game how you want to play the game. You don't have to go and do the POIs if that's not your thing. There's other viable ways to play the game. We're also getting wood for chopping these things, obviously, which is always handy. This part's a little boring, sorry about that. I don't dare go do our new quest until after I get this health situation resolved. Hey, I got a honey for that one. I'm not going to use it now because it would only solve 5% of our infection. So it would just be a waste. But after I come back to life, that's going to be a very important medical supply to have in our inventory all the time to carry so that if we're somewhere away from home and a zombie bites us and we get an infection, we can use that honey immediately to cure the infection before it becomes serious. So that's what I was hoping for, is that we'd get honey like that. These tires are a good source of plastic. And we can use that plastic for synthetic polymers, I think they're called, actually. We can use those to build something that's very important in the early stages of the game, which is a dew collector, but we need 100 of them to do that. I think I've got a few of them in storage at home, but that's a good early game thing to get. So we might as well search around and see what we can find for plastics, synthetic polymers out here, while we're waiting for other things to happen. Now, my health is very nearly at the minimum, and I believe when it gets to the absolute minimum, I start losing hit points. So we definitely don't want to go too far from home while we wait for that to happen. We're almost there, folks. Thanks for sticking with me through this little bit of a boring part of the game. It does get better, I swear. I'll bet that ball has some synthetic polymers. Nope, just cloth. A snake! Got him. Now I can use my knife to harvest, and I'll get a little bit more resources off of him. He's dropping meat and bones and leather. The snake is a very minimal source of those things, but you do get some. There's a lot of other wild animals too that you can hunt, and that we'll encounter later on, I'm sure. Learned earlier that cardboard boxes are a viable source of synthetic polymers. We need 100 of them to build the dew collector. We need other things too to build the dew collector, but I can't remember what off the top of my head. Very low on hunger now. Almost there. We'll just stay here at home or very close to home until that happens. I think I mentioned it last time, but if you're playing on a more hardcore difficulty, then probably don't want to try and die like this, because it might be much more severe penalty. But on the default settings that we're playing with, death doesn't really hold too much of a penalty. So I think this is the most viable of our options at this moment, is to just die and start over fresh. When I say start over fresh, you don't have to rebuild everything we've already built. All we'll have to do is we'll just respawn with full health and no diseases and no infection, none of that stuff, and we'll be able to try again from there. Let's go ahead and look around, see what else we can find. These piles of bottles and things on the ground, good source of synthetic polymers as well. When I came through here originally, I was in kind of a hurry and I didn't really stop to do all the things we could have done down here, so I knew I'd get back to this at some point. pumpkins are always good in the early game. Before too much longer, we'll get a recipe that lets us use pumpkins to cook something. These are cloth. Cloth is always useful. 5 synthetic polymers for that. Excellent. Okay, I'm officially out of health. So, in theory, my HP are going to start draining away here. Not out of health, I'm out of hunger. Hunger bar is all the way at the minimum. So I would expect my HP to start draining away. I think I just lost one. 45 right now. I think it goes even faster once my thirst gets all the way to the bottom. We'll see. If you ever see fires like this, you can harvest them, and it's a good source of coal. And coal is a fuel for your campfire and other things that require fuel, and it's much more efficient than just regular wood. So it's a good thing to get when you can. These bags up here have cement in them. That's something I won't be able to use for quite a while. Yep, I'm down to 43 hit points. We were at 45 a little while ago, so it's definitely draining down slowly. I still have a little bit of water in my system, so once that water meter gets all the way to the minimum, I believe my hit points will continue to drain even faster at that point. Up to 52 of those things, coming along slowly. This will be the last day like this, and tomorrow we're going to have a much better day in this game because we'll be back to full health with no medical issues, and we can start fresh from there. I'm looking forward to it. The last several times I've played this game on the default settings, like this just kind of happens. It's turns out it's very easy to accidentally get bit and get infected on one of the early days. And there's two things you can do. One of them is what we're doing, and the other one is to just restart the game and hope that you have a better start. But with the default settings, there's not much penalty for dying, so might as well. I find that this is the easiest way to handle it. There are ways to turn the settings down and make it even easier, but I want to play it on the default settings for you guys because most of you will probably play on the default settings the first time you play, so I want you to see what the game is like on those settings and what you can expect. Aim to make videos that are not just entertaining but also educational. All this other stuff could be looted for various types of parts and pieces, but right now I'm just after the synthetic polymers so that hopefully I can build a dew collector soon. A dew collector is something that will be very useful for us. TB has... Yes, the TB does break down into synthetic polymers also. Maybe we can get a dew collector up before we die. Be kind of a good thing to do. See if we can make it happen. There before. Don't know if we don't know if we went up there and found all the polymers that are up here though. Let's see. Doesn't break down to polymers. I should probably break that down first. I'm officially dying of dehydration, so it won't be long now, folks. Down to 37 hit points, 36. Even though we're not doing well, we're still finding ways to keep busy here. Finding things to do that'll help us later. When I get really low on hit points, I need to go down and we'll just dump as much of our stuff back into the inventory as we can. Don't really have to, but... Nearly there now on the hit points, down to 33 already. I think I'm losing them at a double pace now, 32. Okay, now, I think I've seen this happen before on a previous playthrough. Now that both of my health and water bars are at the absolute minimum, I no longer have any stamina. I can't even swing my weapon. So let that be a warning. If you ever find yourself in this situation, you don't want to be somewhere close to zombies when it happens, because you won't be able to swing your weapon. Pop that in there. So this is a mushroom spore. And you can grow mushrooms on any surface, any flat surface. You can grow mushrooms. So I'm just going to go ahead and grow some over here. And they take a while to grow up. And then once they get big enough, you can harvest them, and mushrooms are used as a cooking item. We have some seeds. Eventually we'll plant some farming blocks, and we'll get some seeds planted. Get some farming going, but we're not quite there yet. Just drop all of our stuff here. G through P. Except for those. I got 95 scrap polymers, so once we get back alive, we should be able to get a new scrap polymer built pretty easily. This is a wheel that we found in our travels, and that's not categorized as any sort of other normal thing, so I'm going to put it in here. We'll call this medical and other. Put that in there. Okay, the rest of that stuff can stay on me. We're at 21 hit points. I think I have a potato. I can make a baked potato. I think I can make some corn too. So now I have... We'll continue to use wood for now because I don't have enough coal to make it worthwhile. But if you right click and drag, you can split a stack into half, which is kind of nice. So actually, I'll turn that off. So we only need one wood plus the one that's already cooking in order to cook this potato. Then corn, 3 of them. So if you look at these two down here, you can add up the time. It's like almost 2 minutes. And over here it says how much fuel you have, which is 1.5 minutes. So now I put one more fuel in there. Now we got enough fuel to last us over 2 minutes, which is enough to cook all this stuff. And then the fuel will just burn itself out and turn itself off. But if you put a giant stack of fuel in there and you forget to come back and turn your stove off, then it'll just keep burning. It'll burn through an entire stack of your fuel. So this is a way that I've come up with to just drop just as much fuel in there as you need, so that in case you walk away and forget about it, you don't have to waste all your fuel. I'll keep a baked potato on me because that's a good food item to have. I'm going to croak here in a minute, but I'll be able to come back and loot my body, as you'll find out in a moment. Yeah, we can make pure mineral water, but first we need a cooking pot. So your campfire has room for 3 tools. One of them was the cooking grill that we've already put in here. Then there's also a cooking pot, and I think there's a beaker is the 3rd one. So eventually we'll find those. We haven't found them yet. I'm at 11 hit points. 11 hit points. Points to spend? No points to spend. I can check my challenges. We've completed some challenges. I placed a torch. I've hunted 2 animals. I've harvested 10 raw meat from animals. I've scrapped some items. I've sold some items to traders. I've harvested rotting flesh. I gained XP for all those things. We've made some progress towards some of these. Yeah, gathering, farming, healing, surviving, hunting, and zombie slaying. And over here we got homesteading, advanced survival, crafting, traders and quests, and harvesting. I can actually craft building blocks. I can do that right now while we wait. Let's just get like 10 of these. I like to carry some of these around with me. I'll show you how they work. So I can show you how they work now. So you can like put some of these just wherever, and then it just makes little blocks like that. And you can come back and you can pick them up, or you can use your tool and right click and it'll actually improve the block to like a regular wooden block, but we don't want to do that right now. So I have a couple other challenges for doing that. Crafted a building block and placed a building block. What does this one want? It wants me to upgrade a building block. Okay, let's do it. Show you how it works. Boom. Upgraded a building block. And you'll note that that doesn't take any stamina to do that. Okay, so I finished that. Wants me to place a wood spike trap. I got 2 hit points left. I think I'm just going to chill here for a moment until the inevitable happens. And then 1 hit point left. We're going to croak pretty soon, and then we'll come back on that bedroll. Here it comes. So that's what happens if you run completely out of health, food and water, and run out of hit points. So it says you can spawn near your backpack, on your bed, or near my bed. I'll spawn on my bed. So I can simply walk in here, grab the backpack, up here, take all, and I'm right back where I was. Except I got no medical problems. So now you understand why I wanted to die close to home, and why I didn't want to waste any more food or water when that was going to inevitably happen anyway. So there we are. So now it's 17 o'clock. Where do I need to go for that quest? I need to go down there for that quest. I think I've got time to make it down there to that quest. Let's go try. Water on me, that could be a problem. It's a little food stand. These food stands often have food items on them, so if you happen to pass one by, it's a good thing to loot, especially in the early game. Murky water, that could come in handy. Some potatoes, excellent. Alright. These are dropping animal fat, nitrates, rotting flesh, and bones, all of which are going to be very useful for us in the not too distant future. So that's why I'm grabbing those wherever I can. Too close to that. There's probably a zombie in there. We don't have time to mess around right now. Look how much further I can run now that I'm healthy. How about that? If in your travels you happen to pass by one of these stumps, always a good thing to harvest it. You might get another honey. Honey is very useful. I did get another honey. Excellent. We got a twitcher over there. I hit him. Wasn't a kill, but I hit him. You get that sneak attack on them, then before you're into hand-to-hand combat range, they're already damaged. Got him. Alright, here's my quest area. I got 4 hours to do this, turn it in, and get back home. Let's get to it. So again, I started the POI. It's called the Broken Axe. It's a 1 skull POI, and the way into it is right in front of the little flag thing that they have. Hey, I got an insta-kill on that guy. How about that? I kind of got a bad habit of like instantly reloading when sometimes I don't really need to. There we go. That's the little hidden cubby that I was talking about, and there's a little loot in there. So you'll see on the bottom that I'm encumbered. That means that I'm carrying so much stuff that it's going to slow me down. It's not the end of the world. It just kind of slows you down a little bit. Hey, it's a cooking pot. That's going to come in really handy for us. With a cooking pot, we can now take murky water and turn it into clean water, and that's going to be a huge game changer for us. repairs. That could come in handy. Got him. Alright, again, fireplace. This stuff is a great source of coal. Coal is very useful. In the early stages of the game, you see something like that, loot it. Got her. She's a bleeder. Loot everything is a good idea. You don't have to, like, destroy everything, but loot everything that's lootable, at least. Insta-kill! Yeah, with the level 2 pistol, plus improving that skill a little bit, now getting to the point where I can insta-kill if I catch them by surprise. That's a huge game changer. Picked up a cooking magazine. Improve that. Now I can cook cornbread and goldenrod tea, and that's good. Cooking is very useful in this game, in the early stages especially. This is a schematic that will allow me to build muffle connectors which reduce noise from armor, and that could be important for us. It's a good thing to get. Hey, there's another hidden cubby. Look at that. A little bit more loot that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Guess upstairs is the way. Yeah, I need to fetch this thing, and it is upstairs, so as you can see on the compass, it's up here with me. Got him! Alright, this is working pretty good. Feeling better about this already. Pile of books, more cooking, and bow crafting. Bows are really not my thing, but cooking is good. What's this? Medical supplies hiding in here. Nothing good. Could have been good, though. Bookcase. More cooking magazine. Now I can do grilled meat and red tea. Grilled meat is a really good thing in the early game, so that's really good that I got that. And in order to make the grilled meat, you need the grill, and we already got the grill, so we can make red meat. Grilled meat. And I just got the supplies that we came here to get for the quest, so that is good. I'm going to continue with this POI. Still got a little bit of time. I got enough ammo now where I can put a shot or two into these guys here or there. Got her. Got him. So that took a lot of my stamina, and the reason why it did is because... Oh. That guy snuck up on me. Yeah, if you're using your gun and you're aiming down the sights, it costs a stamina drain, as you can see in the bottom left, the blue bar. So you don't want to just walk around aiming down the sights if you don't have to. Wait until there's an enemy nearby. Rifle mag. Okay. Yeah, this is the payoff room right here, so we made it. Hey, another honey. That's very useful. I've got 3 of those now. Could have used those a little earlier. That's how it goes sometimes. One thing about this game is you can never really predict what you're going to find and when you're going to find it. So sometimes you really need something and you never find it, and sometimes you find things that you really don't need. Salvage tools crafting skill book and a schematic to build a scope ×2 mod. That could be useful. Alright, we're done this POI. We got to get out of here. We got to get over to the trader and turn this quest in. And then we got to get home. And we got to do all that before 2200. We got an hour and a half. Potatoes, yay. We got a crawler coming our way. Got him. Decapitated. I'm just gonna steer clear of that other zombie. We don't got time to mess around right now. That's like a truck stop POI over there. That's probably like a 3 or a 4 skull. As we go by, we can take a look and see. It's a 3 skull. So that's going to be a significantly higher challenge than anything we've seen yet. We definitely don't want to go in there yet. So the reason I'm not running as fast is because I'm encumbered with lots of stuff. This is going to be close, but I think we got time. We're almost to the trader. Now the trader closes up at 2200 for the night, so you gotta get in here and talk to him before that if you need to.
Make it quick. Sun's getting real low.
I already know that book. I'm gonna take the crafting skill bundle. See if I can get another job from him while we're at it. We'll do this fetch quest.
Listen up, jackass.
God, it's
You won't
almost
work. Get
closing
moving,
time.
jackass.
I've had
Just
enough
don't pay
bullshit
by
for
the
one day.
hour.
So that's an announcement from him that he's about to close, and it'll forcibly kick us out of here if we're in here too late, so. But we need to get back home before nightfall anyway, so we are on our way home. Got 20 minutes until nightfall. Alright, we're back home. We're going to go into sneak mode so we don't arouse any suspicion from outside. And we'll go ahead and just dump everything into the appropriate bins here. have over 200 wood, I usually split half the stack and drop the rest in there, just to have some in reserve. Medical, we don't need 3 honeys on us. We can just put 1 on us and the rest of them in there. The rest of that's okay. We have this book, crafting book thing that we just got. It has assault rifle book ×2. That's good. Vehicles, that'll be helpful later. Handguns, very good for us. Alright, so now we can put this cooking pot in here. See, it adds a pot there. Now what we can do is we can take this murky water. I think I have some more coal now. I've got 8 coal, so that's enough to do a little something here. So I want to, we go over here to drinks, and I can do water. And I want to cook 5 waters. It's going to take 4 minutes and 10 seconds to do that. I'm going to drop enough coals in here to do 4 minutes and 10 seconds plus a little extra. Cook. That's going to pump out 5 waters. And this pure mineral water requires coal, water, goldenrod flower, and chrysanthemum. So I do have some of that. I have goldenrod flowers, I have chrysanthemum, I have the coal that I'm hanging on to right now. Luckily I have enough. I probably shouldn't have used that in the fire, but yeah, so as soon as these waters pop out, I can actually turn them into pure mineral water, which is a lot more nourishing than just a regular water. That's a really good thing to have. That'll take care of our hydration problems for a good while. We got grilled meat. We can make a grilled meat here if I have 5 raw meat. I got enough to make 3 of those. That requires the grill, which we have, so we can do the grilled meat. The reason we couldn't do it before was because we didn't have a cooking skill high enough. So I want to cook 3 of those. That's going to require 3 minutes and 45 more seconds. Probably 4 of them will do it. I can also cook... I don't want to do anything that requires water right now because water's still a little bit of a commodity for me. Do I have any corn? Nope, no corn. I could be carrying that with me. That's fully edible. So is that. So is that. Don't need that. Alright. So that'll do its thing here for a minute. Let's see about making a dew collector. I got 95 of those. I need 5 more somehow. Where can I get 5 more of those things without going too far from home? Did I ever go in this room? I don't think I did. That one works. There's other things in here, but I'm really mainly concerned with those. With the polymers at the moment. Oh, there's a TV on the wall. That should do it. 100 even. Alright. So let's see. You can always search if you click in this bar right here. You can search. Oh, I can't build the dew collector yet because I need one more skill level in workstations. So that's something that will eventually be really useful. I could put a point in it, but I think that's a waste to put points into these skills, because that takes away from points that you can put into these skills. Speaking of which, I'm ready for another one, so let's see what we got here. Can't do any more of those yet. What does this one do? Hip fire accuracy and faster run while reloading. That's not that important. Dodge, weave, and evade, making you a difficult mark. Take less damage when moving. So somewhat important. Parkour is kind of a fun thing, but it's not really that necessary. Reduces stamina cost of jumping and safe fall distance. But note that, like at level 2 of this, you can jump up 1 meter higher. And at Parkour Master, or up here, you can jump 2 meters higher. Like, sometimes at higher levels, things do pretty cool things, but I don't really need that right now. And I do want to go up more or less evenly in fortitude and agility. So I think I'm going to put another point in here. So I had a couple of mods I could use. What does this do? This lowers degradation by 25%. Can I put it in the knife? I can. Alright. And I'm going to get rid of the club because that doesn't work with my skill set. But the knife does work with my skill set because it's part of agility. So the club, I'm just going to do away with. I'm just going to scrap it out. The trader won't buy that. He doesn't like it. Oops. Those are actually to sell, shotgun shells, because I don't plan on using shotguns at all. Put these away for now. Cloth. Paper. How's this looking? We got our 5 waters, so that means we can go over here to the drink tab. Pure mineral water. I cook 5 of these. That's going to take over 10 minutes. So what I need to do in the meantime is put some more fuel on the fire. Enough for about 10 more minutes. So all told here I got about 12 minutes worth of stuff. So I want to bring this fuel number up to 12. Plus a little extra just in case. That should do it. Alright, so as you can see, we're starting to get on top of our food situation here finally. Another thing you can do at night while you're waiting around, don't forget to clear this out. We can look and see about the kinds of items that we frequently use. Can we build any more of them? I don't think we found any more glue, but let's track it and we can see what we have in our stash over here. Nope, I haven't found any more glue yet. Can we cook glue? I could cook glue, but it takes water to cook glue, and I can't spare water right now. Eventually I'll be able to, but not yet. So I still can't do the machine gun yet. Let's untrack that. I think we saw pipe pistol level 3, but that requires glue also. As you can see, building these weapons is resource intensive, so can't really afford to do that yet. A wrench is a really good thing to have, but we're not going to be able to do that until we get more forged iron. I have 1 or 2 of them, I think, but not nearly enough. Let's just look. Yeah, I only have 1 forged iron. I need 12 for that. So eventually we'll be able to do that, but not yet. But a wrench is a good thing to have because it'll allow you to take apart different things in the environment and get more resources for them. Can't build any better armor yet. We're pretty much caught up on all the stuff we can build here for now. I think I had a challenge to what is this? Oh yeah, there it is. Place spike trap. So I gotta craft a wood spike trap. I think I can do that here. Where is it? There it is. See, because I'm tracking this quest, it's at the top of the list. So it takes 20 wood to craft it. I got that covered. Let's just craft one of those. Put it down here. Put it right there, because I can always jump out of here. And then if a zombie tries to come up the stairs like last night, we'll hear them. They'll hurt themselves on that. Okay, so I get a reward for that. What does this one want me to do? It wants me to upgrade a wood block to cobblestone. Let's see if I can manage that. Whoops, I untracked it. I want it tracked. I need clay soil. I have some right here. I need some. It wants me to craft cobblestone rocks. Maybe I don't need to. Maybe I can. Yeah, okay, since I already had some. It wants me to upgrade a block to cobblestone. There it is. That's how that works. I better repair this thing while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so that challenge is done. And there's a reward waiting for me at the trader for completing this whole tier. This one wants me to drink water from a source. It wants me to place a dew collector, craft a farm plot. These ones take a long time, crafting various high-level crafting stuff, meeting all the different traders, buying items from traders, completing a quest here. As soon as I turn this into the trader, I should get that done. Oh no, that's a quest tier, not a challenge tier. That's these. I'm 5 out of 10 on my quests, so we've completed 5 of the tier 1 quests. Got another one to do in the morning. How are we looking over here? We got 3 meat there. We got those are coming. So before we head off for the day, we'll grab those out of there, take some with us. And that will take care of our hydration problems for a good while. I can put this clay back in there. I can put the cobblestones back in there. Most of that stuff can come with me. Actually, I don't need that or that, because we've already cooked what we can cook with that. Alright, so we've got 8, we got 10 different things that we can eat here. When you're eating things from your inventory, it's a good idea to start with the worst things first. Get rid of those, and then we'll move on to this, and then we'll move on to that. Because these ones, all 3 of these are a minus to water, so they're really not that great, but we'll just use them and get rid of them. Then we can start using this grilled meat here, which does not have a negative to water. So that's handy. 6 more minutes and these things will be ready for us. So eventually we'll be able to cook our own medical stuff, but it's locked behind skill right now. We could make goldenrod tea, which helps recover from dysentery. We can make red tea, which reduces food drain. But we got the ability to make this pure mineral water. It's good for digestion, hydrates for days. Exertion will not make you hungry and thirsty as quickly. This, in my opinion, in my experience, is the best drink in the game. We were very fortunate to get the book that taught us how to do that early on. So why would we make anything else? Well, we're pretty much getting down to it now. It's almost dawn. It's 3:10 a.m. right now. Dawn comes at 4. So, here's another little trick that I like to do sometimes, which is there one of these, I wonder? Yeah, wooden signs. Let's see if I have enough nails to build one of these. I do. This is kind of a cool little thing that I like to do, so I'll show you how it works. It's kind of random that cobblestone thing just happened when it did. There we go. I can put that there. You can press E on it, edit, and we can say what we want to do tomorrow. Quest day 6. Build horde base. Day 7. Blood moon. Alright, so then the next time we log back in, we can just come over here and look at this, and it tells us what we need to be aware of coming up. And if there's something important, if you're about to log out and there's something important that you need to do the next time you log in, you don't want to forget about it, you can use one of these signs. If you don't have enough nails to build one of the signs, just build one of these wood crates and use that and do the same thing. So there's that, and we got 3 minutes and 30 seconds for more of those. We can just let those cook. We can grab these, because 3 of those will be more than enough to go out for a day. So, we are pretty much there, and we'll call this video here, and we'll resume next time. It's early morning on day 4, and we will go off from here and see what we can do. So, again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click like. Consider subscribing to the channel, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought about it. I will catch you in the next one.